All right, let's get right into it. If you're a solopreneur, I'm sure you know that feeling of wearing like 10 different hats at once. But what if you could build a business that actually works for you instead of the other way around? Well, today we're going to unpack a practical blueprint based on the work of Tom Xavier for building an automated business using 4 core AI systems. And the best part? No coding, no giant team needed, just you and some really smart systems.
And this quote, this really sets the stage for everything. The goal isn't to stop working entirely. Come on, we're entrepreneurs, we love to build. The goal is to stop being buried by the wrong kind of work. It's about designing intelligent systems that carry the weight so you can finally focus on the things that only you can do.
I mean, we all start with the dream on the left, right? More freedom, more creativity, a bigger impact. But so often, the reality ends up looking like the column on the right. Just trapped by this endless to-do list. Juggling marketing, sales, admin, you name it. It is the perfect recipe for burnout.
And this right here, this is one of the biggest reasons why we get stuck. We see the problem, too much work, and we think the answer is more tools. So we sign up for everything, watch 100 tutorials, and then what happens? Nothing. We're completely paralyzed by choice. This tool overload isn't a solution, it's actually a trap.
So, what's the way out? It's this. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. You have to stop being the person who just does all the work. You need to become the architect, the person who designs the systems that do the work for you. Think of AI as your silent business partner, an engine running everything smoothly in the background. So how do we actually do that? Well, you start with a blueprint, and we're going to build it around 4 core systems. These are going to be the pillars of your new automated business. Let's break them down one by one. First up, your AI marketing system. Think of this as your 24/7 content machine. Its only job is to make sure you are consistently visible and generating leads. But, and this is key, without you having to manually post or brainstorm new ideas every single day. It's content on autopilot. And the process for building it is actually surprisingly simple. You use AI to generate a whole month's worth of ideas in just a few minutes. Then you batch create that content, use a simple tool for quick visuals, and schedule it all to go out automatically. All you have to do is a quick 10-minute review each week to keep the engine humming. It's a cycle, not a daily grind. Okay, so marketing brings people to your door. Now what? That's where your AI sales system comes in. This system is all about converting that interest into actual clients. It professionalizes your whole process, from that very first email to the final follow-up, making sure no opportunity ever falls through the cracks. And look at this flow. It's just as systematic. Every single inquiry gets captured. An AI-powered response goes out instantly, which makes you look incredibly on top of things. The system helps you qualify the lead. You can send a beautiful proposal that was generated in minutes, and then this is the best part. The system handles the follow-ups. That's where so many deals are won or lost, and now it's completely automated. Next up is the system that's going to save your sanity, your AI customer support system. This is your business's automated frontline. It handles all those repetitive, common questions that eat up so much of your day. It provides instant, consistent answers so you only get pulled in for the truly unique or high-priority stuff. And building it is really straightforward. You just identify your most frequently asked questions, use AI to write some perfect, empathetic template responses, and then you set up some simple automations to reply instantly. The goal here is simple. You only spend your personal time and energy on the exceptions, not the rule. And finally, we have the AI operations system. Honestly, this might be the most important one. It's the glue that holds everything else together. It is the central nervous system of your business. It's where your tasks live, where your knowledge is stored. It's what creates that feeling of calm and clarity instead of constant chaos. The components here are simple, but they're so powerful. You use AI to help break down big projects into smaller tasks. You build a central command center in a tool like Notion. You create standard operating procedures, basically a playbook for everything you do. And then you run a weekly review with your new AI Chief Operating Officer to make sure everything stays on track. This is how you really achieve operational excellence. Okay, so we've got the blueprint of what to build. Now for the fun part, how do you actually do it? This next section is all about getting super practical, with the specific tools and a clear timeline to make this all happen.
You know, the real beauty of this whole approach is its simplicity. Remember that tool overload trap we talked about in the beginning? Well, this is the cure. You don't need dozens of complicated tools. You just need one great tool for each core function. Start lean and stay lean. This exact stack right here is more than enough to run a highly automated one-person business. And look at this timeline. It makes the whole thing feel so much more achievable, doesn't it? It's not about trying to do everything at once. In week 1, you just set up your tools and learn the basics. Week 2, you build your marketing engine. Week 3, you tackle sales and support. And then in week 4, you bring it all together with operations. It's methodical, one system at a time.
Now, before you get all excited and rush off to build everything, we need to talk about the guardrails. Because building these systems is incredibly powerful, but there are a few common pitfalls that can trip you up. Let's cover them right now so you can sidestep them completely.
Okay, here are the big ones. First, don't try to automate everything on day 1. Start small. Second, never blindly trust the AI. Always review its output. It's a fantastic co-pilot, but you're still the pilot. Third, stop chasing perfection. A good enough system that's actually running is infinitely better than a perfect one that only exists in your head. And finally, never, ever forget your human edge. Don't automate the personal touch that makes your business special. So when you put all of this together, the systems, the simple tools, the guardrails, you arrive at this new reality. And this is the fundamental transformation we're aiming for. You shift from being an operator who's stuck down in the weeds to being an owner, a leader, someone who is guiding the systems that run the business.
And let's be clear about the real-world prize here. This isn't about saving a few minutes here and there. We are talking about reclaiming 10, 20, maybe even more hours every single week. That is absolutely life-changing time that you get back. So, we'll end on this thought. You have the blueprint. The tools are easy to get. The path forward is clear. The only question left is the most important one, and only you can answer it. When you get all that time back, what are you going to do with your new freedom?